There's no question about it, we had to get it right first time. We've got a site to work to. Bear in mind it's public space. Here we have in the gallery some more of the completed schemes, as well as a bit about site analysis and kind of a whole context boom. The variety of work, of different means and methods of the way of representing the work in the gallery is critical. In one sense, we didn't want complete minimalism, and the other sense, we didn't want complete complexity. So the division between the two, the transparency of those two extremes, is to have something that is comfortable to walk around, something that is clear, and something that must work. One of the fundamental ideas of the map was sustainability, reusing material with zero cost. Plywood is a language that goes throughout the whole exhibition, from the cafe to the gallery to the first floor. The gallery we see here more of a framing, the first floor we see at the bulk as the architectural substance and the quality. And so really the costs involved with the whole thing were very minimal at all. What we found was that obviously a lot of this material was in a state to start with. A lot of it wasn't perfect, so there was a lot of cleaning and tidying up involved with the materials in order to make them you know, to the best standard to be presented. And really it's quite surprising to see the quality of the material now, the quality of those frames, and to think that it was all scrap plywood, you know, sort of like 8 weeks ago. Really the figure ground in the middle of the wall is one of those key pieces that it doesn't need any text at all to explain, because although people question, I find people question, oh, what is that? That looks familiar, what is that? But the idea of having this map of Paul right in the middle of the wall, I think is really critical to kind of opening up the whole gallery area, saying this is the site, and these are the responses to the site around the outside. So it's kind of one of those paint the picture in 1,000 word moments. It was nice to have models in the gallery as well, because people can engage from the 2D and the visualizations and then start to appreciate the kind of scale of the site and how the site was used. The cafe area was those excerpts, the gallery area was more detailed projects. Perhaps what we could have done was used some of the more introductory stuff in a cafe, kind of more the briefing. But then again, you've got to remember that we're working with an existing space, and it's how the work would respond to that space and how the space would respond to the work. So in a way, we worked with the practicalities of the cafe, of having the frames on the wall, of course minimal disturbance, with the layout, to a point where literally it was putting pictures on the wall, but we're creating subjects. So obviously we split the work between the pillars according to what kind of categories they go under. So whether we've got technical drawings on one, whether we've got photo montages, visualizations, they have been placed specifically with others, so there's some kind of readability between the two. Readability of the exhibition was key, and it's something we don't literally mean in the text sense. It's something we can mean in the way things are laid out, the way things are informed. And again, with the gallery space, that was particularly important. Again, with being able to show people that you can see between different projects, they can go from one project to another project, understand the links, the specificness of them. So when they come out of the gallery, they have a comprehensive idea of what the responses to the site were. The ground floor's response to the site, and all of the projects that were shown there are proposals that could be developed. The first floor was really the chance to say, you know, you've experienced the proposals, you've seen these proposals, you've seen what can be achieved. Now you come to the first floor, you come to the acoustic performance space, and now you can realise it at one-to-one scale.
If you walk out on me, walking after.
And the realisation of seeing something at one-to-one, you know, enriches somebody's understanding of the exhibition as a whole. It was absolutely essential, there's no doubt about it. Of all the three elements, the cafe, gallery and acoustic performance space, the acoustic performance space is perhaps the kind of icing on the cake in terms of the experience.
It took us about a week to get everything, a week and a half actually, to get everything up into that room from the storage area. So we needed to work out our navigation plans and how we're going to manoeuvre from one space into another without causing too much distraction for the people using the space, and then actually building it.
We found
took a really long time.
The preparation was not just in putting the thing up. The preparation was kind of like the logistics of getting everything in, Christine was saying, and particularly on the first floor, that's something that was that we really needed to have had we had a lot of attention with. Fortunately, we had some quite generous storage space in the back alleys of the lighthouse, the place where ghosts are rumoured to be. But we found that the construction of the acoustic performance space, because obviously this had been built in Coda Studios in New Milton the summer before.
That was really handy to have something done before. It wasn't something that we were doing the first time.
Absolutely.
So it was a lot easier because we didn't have to figure out and cross bridges that we hadn't crossed before. It was a task. It wasn't, because we only had that amount of time before the people came into the lighthouse. That is the time we had. We could not get it wrong, so therefore we had.
There was no going back.
No room for mistake.
I mean, the further you went ahead, even with the first 8 layers, you know, to take it all down would have been equally as much work. And again, we treated the construction like a real building. There's no two ways about it. I mean, this is a building in a building. But like, we had this really tight schedule we worked to, which was really good because it kind of helped us discipline our time as well. It depended on what days of the week. We were quite lucky in such that the lighthouse was shut on a Monday, but like Tuesday to Friday and Saturday on one occasion, you know, we had different shows going on, so we had to work around all these visitors that are coming in, especially young children and that were very interested in what we're putting together. So
we'd get people coming and asking us, what are you doing? What is it yet? And I think Paul from the lighthouse was putting
Paul a lot of credit.
What do you think? Do you know what it is yet?
Yeah, but it wasn't long. I mean, as soon as we got about a third of the way up, we realised that this is working. You know, that people were getting interested. By the time we got to the roof, I mean, people already started using it. All the managers had used it as a meeting space. We realised that we needed additional height. Just to make it more comfortable, even though when we put it up together we realised, oh, it's high enough, you know, we're trying to remember what we did last time. Those extra few layers really helped.
There is a lot more seating available without taking up extra room, really.
Yeah.
And that gives people the choice of where they want to sit rather than having to sit in a particular spot. It made the space a bit more flexible and a bit more inhabitable by more than just one person. Having two or three or four people in one space can sometimes make it seem a bit less daunting that it's such a new, different kind of space. And especially for younger people, it's nice that they can go in there with their friends and sit and chat and play music and sing, read books. And it's just lovely to be able to redesign that element of it.
There is a possibility of it there being a little bit longer. We've already had some local artists try it out, some local musicians. We've had some really good feedback about that so far, about how the space becomes a little bit warmer, becomes even nicer to work on as time goes on.
Like you're in the lighthouse, you feel like you're in something completely different.
It's great. Yeah.
But what's lovely is as a performer the intimacy that you get when you're in this space, and that's really quite special, isn't it?
Like acoustically dead, but you're aware of the big space beyond, which is what we noticed when we came in the week.
Yeah.
Is there's nothing inside, but there's a reverb further out there, and if you sing, you can kind of hear that further away. It's kind of almost at the back of your head. It's a nice thing to aim for.
Yeah.
When you're singing, you almost have to push a little bit harder.
I sang a song earlier, I just walked around the outside listening into the I don't know, air holes. Mm-hmm. And it's lovely because you get that open door effect or that open window where you're hearing something as you walk past. And that's a really lovely sound as well.
So it's there, it's your life space.
Feel the breeze deep on the inside and keep down into the well. If you can, you'll see the world in all its triumph. Take a chance like a dreamer who can find another way. You don't have to dream it all, just live a day. Say a prayer for me now. Send it to the morning after. No, don't say a prayer for me now. Send it to the morning after. Send it to the morning after. Yeah. Send it to the morning after. Try to hide the rising floods that fill my skin. Don't ask me why I keep my promise, melt the ice. But you wanted to dance, so I asked you to dance. But fear is in your soul. Some people will call it a one-night stand, but we can call it paradise. Don't say a prayer for me now. Send it to the morning after. No, don't say a prayer for me now. Send it to the morning after. Send it to the morning after. morning after. Save a prayer till the morning after. Save a prayer till the morning after.
It was fun.
So it's quite an interesting experience because we're working with different groups of people. We're working with a local arts group who have their work situated on the second floor and the first floor near our cafe area. We also have management in the lighthouse, different departments in the lighthouse, particularly the bar area. And the bar area was one we had to get right because of the access between the bar and the store cupboard. We needed to make sure the acoustic performance space didn't infiltrate on the access line. So, you know, there's been negotiations with the bar manager. As soon as that, the whole thing went up. Now they're finding that there's more subject area around the bar. There's more things to talk about. There's more liveness. There's something to keep people there.
And then after that, I didn't even know what they anyway.
And of course the barman's happy because there's more money generated over the bar. So really we're helping the lighthouse out with this project. A long time running really, because it's been the start of the music school project started at midway through second year. So, and even before that we were at the lighthouse as a cohort for lectures, and we met with the CEO Elspeth early on. So really there's a lot of
It's due to that, I think, that eventually we got,
It's entirely
we
due to
got
that.
yeah, it is
Yeah, it
entirely
is,
due
yeah,
to that,
yeah.
that we got this opportunity, and
So-
it's great to develop that relationship with the lighthouse.
Yeah. And also I think we'd both like to thank altogether the students.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Without your work, this wouldn't have been possible.
Without your work there'd just be blank
It would be
canvases.
just blank
Yeah, it'd just be blank canvases. So,
empty frames.
so no,
yeah.
thank you for all your hard work.
Absolutely.
And you know, hopefully you should be seeing the reward of it now by
Yeah.
seeing it in a public space.